Approximately 30,000 Americans die from suicide annually. Suicide is the third leading cause of death for teens and young adults aged 15 to 24. And every one out of every 65,000 youths aged 10 to 14 commit suicide annually. Suicide is almost always preventable if the warning signs and risk factors are noticed and treated. Suicide is not something that occurs out of the blue. There are multiple warning signs and risk factors involved. The most common warning signs of suicide include negative self talk or self view, suicide talk in ideation, isolation from family, friends, and activities, and a drop in academics. Risk factors for suicide include a history of mental illness. 90% of people, teens, who commit suicide have a mental illness, according to mental health reporting. And these mental illnesses include depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, and bipolar disorder. Those are the main mental illnesses. Bullying, a history of bullying can also cause a teen to have suicidal ideations. In fact, youth who report any involvement with bullying behavior are more likely to report high levels of suicide-related behavior, such as self-mutilation or suicidal ideation. Teens who are being abused physically, mentally, emotionally, or sexually are also at risk. As I said before, teens who self-mutilate. Teens who are part of the LGBTQ community are also at risk due to high levels of bullying and low levels of acceptance. Teens who abuse substances such as alcohol or drugs or cigarettes, and teens with divorced parents. So methods include, for men, are more aggressive than females. So they tend to use firearms or knives and are 3.5 times more likely to commit suicide, according to American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. However, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention also states that females attempt suicide 3 times more often than males. This is most likely due to females wanting to be found. So they use less aggressive ways to commit suicide, such as overdose or exsanguination, which is most likely cutting their wrist until they bleed out, or hanging themselves. And they will most likely wait until they can be found, so about 30 minutes before they know someone, such as a parent or sibling, will come home. So, who is affected by suicide? So, parents, siblings, friends, and students, and significant others are all affected by a teen suicide. And they are also the ones most at risk, depending on how close their relationship was to the teen, to developing suicidal ideation, which are suicidal thoughts, and developing depression. So they are the ones that need to be sure that they grieve properly. So, suicide prevention and awareness. The suicide attempt to suicide death ratio in youth is approximately 25 to 1, according to the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. This substantial difference is most likely because teens often use suicide as a last resort to get help. So if you can see any warning signs or risk factors you need to make sure that you get them. So not bullying or being mean to someone, being a friend, knowing that someone is here that cares for the team will really help. Saying that maybe, hey, you shouldn't try to commit suicide because we need you. Your life, you have your whole life ahead of you. There are people here who love you and who need you and who want you. Also, telling an adult if you feel like you can't or you feel like it's not your place to do anything personally, tell an adult such as a teacher or maybe their parents, or if you think that a teen is going to commit suicide, call the police.